we're going to talk about how you can use the real book as a practice tool to improve your melody reading and your chord playing. Last time I checked, there were 6 volumes of the real book, not to mention additional volumes of the real vocal book for both high voice and low voice. That is very handy if you also want to see the lyrics. Although I should mention that the real book and the real vocal book do not correlate. The real book volume 1 and the real vocal book volume 1, and then volume 2 and volume 3, do not necessarily contain the same titles, although there is quite a bit of crossover. When I was starting out, I used the real book for sight reading practice. As part of my daily routine, I worked through the first 3 volumes of the real book, playing 1 song a day. First, I would play through the melody. Now at this point in my playing, I was still learning the fretboard, so I didn't play very fast. And also, if it was written in a low octave, I played it in the octave written. I also played it again up an octave. The first time playing through the melody, I would attempt to play it without stopping, no matter how many mistakes I made, which was quite a few since I was just starting out. And then I'd go back and spend some time working out the parts I messed up. I found this very useful for learning the fretboard and also learning how to solve and anticipate common fingering problems that tend to pop up when you're playing guitar. After playing through the melody, I would play the chords. I was still learning my jazz chords at this point, so before I played through a tune, I would figure out any chords I hadn't learned yet. Then I would play through the chords the same way I played through the melody, very slowly. Now, this took a while, but by the time I worked through the first 3 volumes of the real book, I was a lot better than when I started out. And my sight reading was and continues to be one of my better qualities. After I finished volume 3, I wasn't done. I went back to volume 1 and started the process all over again. It went a lot faster the second time, and sometimes I would read through 2 or 3 melodies a day instead of just 1. By this point, I knew the fretboard better, so the melodies were easier, and I had gained a lot of chord playing experience in big bands and in playing solo and small group gigs. So instead of just banging through the chords like I did the first time, I would go through the chords and try out new voicings I'd learned, or try adding little licks between the chords. And because I like to be thorough, I went through the books a 3rd time. But this time I increased the difficulty by transposing and also by playing unaccompanied improvisations based on the chord changes. So whether you're just starting out or you're more advanced, there's always some new angle you can take. And because of the sheer volume of tunes contained in the real books, you're going to have a lifetime of material to work with. Check out this video if you're looking for ways to structure your practice sessions. And for more guitar lessons, music theory, and solo guitar arrangements, please subscribe.